But if you gather politically, politicians predominantly also gather with their supporters in that gathering, and then they're talking about the achievements. What do the people expect thereafter? I mean, well, one good turn deserves another. If it's done well, whoever he supports should definitely have it.
The truth of the matter is that is the very essence of politics. That is the very essence. If you look at the American, the American system, when the government wants a program, they gather. They go around. You can see the American president when he was doing his Obamacare. He took it down even to the constituencies. That's gathering. It's freedom. The difference in our country today is democracy. And the democracy, what does it guarantee? Freedom. And that's what we're talking about.
But the freedom comes with responsibility.
Yes, it does.
I mean, are you also ensuring, because what we've also seen is some, provocative statements towards the government at the center as well. Are we also being responsible in terms of our utterances?
I believe that the warning by the DSS is very timely, because when you start having statements like it is either me or it is either somebody from this section or the country will burn, those are the type of provocative statements we're talking about. But when you are highlighting an issue that is within your right and is lawful, it's not provocative. When you're highlighting the facts, for instance, that in Rivers State our oil wells are being taken away, which means that our revenue is shrinking. That means less money for a government that had planned based on an amount of money. So what are the possible consequences of this? You might start having abandoned projects. That is what we're talking about. When we're talking about money spent on federal government projects to be refunded so that more of such projects can be carried out. And if you look at it, most of these projects were even done in the first tenure. And up till now, the money has not been refunded. So how do you go about developing the state?
We have to say that, you've held some successful rallies as the Save Rivers movement.
Yes.
At that time, you notified the police.
We notified the same letter to give us protection, and they gave.
And they did. So what has changed?
What has changed is that what changed started from Obiakpo, where rather than giving us protection, they came and dispersed us. You saw
So it was a very recent development.
Yes.
Have you been able to meet with the commissioner?
I have met with the commissioner I met with him privately as a friend, prior to the Obiakpo rally. There was no indication that would happen.
Did you meet with him in the capacity of Save Rivers movement?
I met with him in my private capacity as a friend. Not in the capacity of Save.
But do you know if anybody in the capacity of Save Rivers movement met with him and notified him of that gathering?
Yes, of course. You people have copies of the notification and the receipts. It is the formal, the notification.
I'm sorry, I do not have any such.
It was shown. The Save Rivers movement application for police protection was shown live on I watched it. I did a clip of it during the soon after the Obiakpo rally.
And the acknowledged copy from the police?
Yeah, the acknowledged copy from. We even advertised it on page on Nation of January the 18th, I think page.
But 50. What did they say? That go ahead with the rally?
No. We're saying that we notified police. Police did not give us any more notification.
But you're requesting
police security.
Yeah, so what did they say to that respect?
They didn't reply us. They usually do not reply us. What they do is, on that day, they will go ahead to the police police headquarters, the operational headquarters for the SOS, and then they give us. We'll get the police protection, and then we'll go for the rally. But unfortunately, even before we could wake up in the morning to even go and go to the SOS. Maybe that would have been an indication for us to know that we have no protection. If they had allowed that happen, maybe at that point they would have told us, sorry, you can't hold this rally because of this. But as early as 4 a.m. they had taken over the place.
We also have to ask you, did you try to meet with the Commissioner of Police right after the dispersal?
I will tell you that I tried. I called, and even on the day of the Bori incident, right there at the venue, when I heard the first the shooting out, that they were shooting all night, and that they had come and even vandalized the channel's property, I called severally to the police commissioner. He didn't answer. I even sent him a text. It's still in my phone. You see,
so you've not been able to reach him since that incident?
I've not been able to reach him.
There's been no explanation as to...
Not one explanation.
Okay.
Well, while we're trying to sort that out, just before you go, I mean, this new development where the APC is asking National Assembly to block the project,
yes,
don't you think that that is going to cause more problems?
Well, we're beginning to highlight, we're beginning to see another phase in our democracy. The APC is now making a statement to test its strength. That is the weapon it has.
Some say against the people, because if you block the budget... Unfortunately,
it is not against the people.
The
impunity is also against the people. First of all, the Constitution guarantees that spend can go on as regards the previous year's budget. So salary to be paid
for 6 months.
And we believe that within that period, all this is trying to do is to bring everybody to the negotiating table so that we can all sit down and discuss and get peace.
But some say 2 wrongs don't make it right. If the PDP is going about it the wrong way, APC who say that...
I'll tell you that everywhere in the world, this is the most civilized thing to do. You use your parliamentary numbers when you have it to make a statement. You use your parliamentary numbers...
Even when it affects the economy.
I'll tell you this, that the Constitution has safeguarded the economy from politics to a large extent. That's why you have the 6-month window. But the government also knows that it needs the budget to perform. So they will have to come to the table where all these things will be discussed, and then you find out it will create a level playing field.
I know we have to go, but don't forget that the same scenario kind of played out in Rivers, where the House of Assembly couldn't sit, but the budget somehow was passed.
The budget,
they eventually sat some in close to government house, and it was passed.
I will tell you, they sat in a gazetted designated place, which is within the constitutional right of the governor, who proclaims the assembly to designate a place for sitting. And the assembly where they sat, they have sat there before. And the truth is that government must go on. So when you have the numbers, you do what you have to do.
What if the same thing happens with this one?
If they have the numbers,
close to Astro Rock, they just passed the budget there.
If they have the numbers to pass a budget, a revenue bill, they should go ahead.
I'm afraid we'll have to let it go now. Igor Aguma is the coordinator, Save Reverse Movement, and a former member of the House of Representatives. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right,